What's up, everybody? This is Matt Mason here with Heavy Metal Television, and today is actually my birthday, or it must be because all my wishes are coming true. I'm down here in Mesa at Club Red, getting ready to watch my favorite metal band in the world, Nile, and I'm here with Dallas. How you doing, Dallas?
Great.
Great, good to hear. Now, first question, nice and easy, is how's this tour going, man?
It's great, man. It's been going really great. Really happy with the turnout of all the shows. You know, I don't want to hear anybody say that heavy metal is not alive in the U.S. because it definitely is.
It very much is, yes, sir. Now, of course, it's not really news to the fans that you just released a brand new album, What Should Not Be Unearthed. Now, all your albums, you know, they're all Nile, but you like to do new things with them, different things with them. On the new album, you took a slightly different approach. As Carl Sanders put it, sometimes albums are so technical that the fan kind of gets lost in the music, and that can be sad, as he put it. So with this one, you took a slight approach with a kind of a more jam out, rock out, I wouldn't say simple, but a little more accessible, right? Would you agree?
Well, maybe so. You know, it's good to have the chops on tap when you feel it's necessary for whatever it is you're trying to do. But, you know, at the end of the day, we've always just wanted to be just heavy, you know, and just, you know, and you know, bring the lyrics to life through the music. And sometimes it requires some crazy technical stuff, and sometimes it just requires a single chord. Yeah,
no, that's good. So, songwriting, not just these youngsters trying to headbang, but songwriting. So that's good. That's important. And that kind of brings into another question that I was just thinking of earlier is heavy music. I mean, you've got Nile, Narcotic Wasteland, which is also extremely brutal. What does being so brutal, so heavy mean to you personally?
It just, you know, it's just like, it's the type of music that I like. I like aggressive music, and heavy metal, I think, is really good at the aggression aspect. In some of the aspects of the Narcotic Wasteland stuff, it has an element of sadness to it at times too. I just find it you can get just about any kind of emotion out of it, you know, and that's great. It's very non-restricting.
And we were, you know, with the new album, we were talking about, you know, some of it's extremely technical, some of it's a little more rock out, but you probably face new challenges with each album. I mean, I know all your albums very well, and I know there's some things that I can't even imagine trying to take on as a musician myself if I were to pick up the guitar. So I know in the past you've had some troubling ones that have given you guys lots of practice, but on the new album, are there any sections or songs of the new album where you're just like, we're not going to get this down? Or, I mean, do you struggle? Is there some stuff on there?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of different ways or different types of struggling. There's the my arms are going to fall off struggle. Which is always a wonderful challenge. You know, we get done with the show, and every night, you know, we feel pain in our arms. Not bad like tendonitis pain, but just sore muscle. Just, you know,
it's an achievement. Feel achievement.
Singing and playing Call to Destruction is one of the hardest damn things I've ever done. It's really difficult. It's been on the set now. We've already played it a few hundred times, so it feels pretty comfortable, but it still takes a level of concentration and just strength to get through it. All the new stuff is actually pretty challenging, but that's the way it always is.
Of course.
I remember we were touring Seth doing The Inevitable Degradation of Flesh. It was the hardest thing I'd ever tried to do, to sing and play at the same time, and now it's like I could do it half drunk.
Yeah. Now what about my personal favorite song off the new album is In the Name of Amun. Is that how you say it? Amun?
Mm-hmm.
Amun. Is that first of all, are you playing that one tonight?
No, oh, actually, yes, we are playing that one.
Yes, okay, I was gonna say my birthday wish was sailing, but I came right back.
That's cool. Yeah, we're definitely playing that one tonight. I think in the future we'll probably bring out Walk Forth from Flame. A lot of people have been requesting that.
Yeah, that big fat groove in the middle of it.
Yeah, just the big. It's just like based around one big thematic.
That would be awesome. I was talking to my camera girl over there. I was talking to her and saying, like, it'd be fun to see the whole audience just headbang in unison to that moment, that just middle section of that one. But that's really good. Now, either it doesn't have to be the new album, But I know all you and Carl are just guitar masters, soloing masters. Do you have a one favorite Nile solo? And it doesn't even have to be yours, but just probably is yours. Do you have one?
Actually, so far, I think for me, my favorite Dallas solo will be an Evil to Cast Out Evil.
Really?
I'd never really quite done anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, in the band. So
it is an interesting one.
That was one that stuck out. There is the solo section of Carl's that's in Emma, in the name of Emma. I really like that.
I like that one a lot.
I think that melodically we were really achieving some new stuff. You know.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what we were pushing for.
And it's funny because I've been a fan for years, but I was so nervous upon the album because what you hear in words and then what you hear with your ears can be so different. And some of the very early interviews talking about Unearthed made it sound like it was going to be a little chill, a little laid back, like maybe a little simplistic. But then as soon as I heard the release of Call to Destruction, that all went out the window. It's a monster, and so that's cool. And like, yeah, and the solos you just mentioned are actually coincidentally my two favorites. But not trying to, I don't know, not trying to fanboy out here. It's the truth, man.
Oh no, I guess we're doing something right, right?
Yeah, well, very much so. Now I want to talk a little bit about the new bassist, Brad.
Oh yeah.
Now he's amazing. He's 22 years old, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I had the pleasure of running into him before a little bit, and I talked to him a little, and he sounds like he's really happy to be part of the band, like he's really working. Now since he's not around, do you agree with that? Is he doing a real good job doing his job?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been a revolving door for many years, and I would have to say honestly, he is the tightest and most in tune we've ever had.
That's good to hear, actually. And being 22, I mean, he's a prodigy, it's obvious. And I'm always curious because, you know, you guys have had a tight lineup now since 2005, but the bassist is the one that always kind of comes and goes. And I would actually not mind seeing Brad stick around a while.
Yeah, we would too. We really would. You know, we went ahead and made him an official member, and he just fits with the band very well. And one of the things is he's, you know, we all love extreme metal and all that stuff, but he likes a lot of rock and roll, and that's one of the things that kind of influence, you know, our influences are from kind of the rock and roll era as well. You can hear that kind of in the songwriting, or just the song structures or whatever. And he's got that rock and roll soul, and that's why he's been working out so well. And he's very hardworking, super cool dude, you know, fun to hang out with, and all that stuff. So he just kind of fit right in.
That's good. Now, has he done any writing, or is it still you and Carl that I'm hearing on the bass parts on the album? I mean, as far as the writing process goes, has he written his own material for it?
No, not yet.
Do you see him doing that? I know you and Carl handle it most of the time. But.
We'll see what's up. You know, I mean, if we hear something that knocks our socks off, then maybe. Nice. You know what I mean? But yeah, for the most part, it has been, you know, Carl and me and George.
Now, we'll sign off real soon, but a couple of questions I was just curious. And I don't want to make the fans mad, because I want to make sure this question comes out right. You guys are heavy, duh. But have you ever thought about, because you like to experiment a little with the touch on each and every album, have you ever thought of doing, not an album, but at least one song that was one of your lengthy epics, but not heavy? Maybe, like, you know, the clean part at the end of Define the Gates of Ishtar. Those chants. Have you ever thought of doing like an 8-minute epic in that mojo, that style, that calmer style, just to throw people off?
I don't know. I mean, who knows what the future will hold?
I like experimenting.
Even though we've gotten accused several times of, you know, making the same album since Annihilation, which I have to completely disagree. Of course, I can't have an outside. Well, I can't really say either way because I don't have an outside perspective on it.
I'll give you an outside perspective. Those people are wrong. No, that's one of the things I love about Nile. I listen to you guys, but when a new Nile album's coming, I don't know what to do. I know it's Nile, but I don't know exactly what to expect. And if I did, I mean, you're not Slayer, so you know, it's kind of like, you know, so you're right. You do something different with each and every album. So
Yeah,
you do have that down.
we maintain the identity, you know, but want to try different things and learn, you know, and learn new tricks, new licks, and all that stuff.
Yes.
It's all about growing as a musician too, you know. A lot of people, I'm not saying any names, are stagnating right now because they don't actually improve on the instrument.
Yeah.
They can still write some killer stuff, but imagine what they could do if they put a little extra time in.
And you guys are no strangers to that extra time to practicing. Like, how often, or how many hours would you say you practice when you're like a day or a week? Do you know?
It depends. I practice probably more when I'm at home. I do bring my practice amp out with me, and I'll do like maybe a couple hours backstage. I would say on average at least a couple of hours a day. Sometimes I'll take like a day off. Like Sunday, I usually don't do anything but sit around and drink, play video games. That's my day to do nothing.
It's a good day.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, at least 2 hours a day. Sometimes that turns into an all-day adventure. You know, just playing. Maybe a lot of times during the day, work on new stuff that I'm trying to get down, scale-wise or pattern-wise, and then later on that evening, crack open a beer and just jam. You know, just play whatever comes to your mind.
Of course. Now, before we sign off, I was curious if you would be so kind as to autograph your own CD on camera for me.
Sure.
Cool.
Right.
There you go. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Now, this is the latest release from Nile, What Should Not Be Unearthed. It's available now, of course, off Nuclear Blast. It was my personal favorite metal album of 2015. Thank you very much, Dallas.
Thanks.
Thank you. It was an honor.